Okay, interesting wall. Yeah. So there's this wall across the street from that bar, and it just looked really cool, and so we set out to make her look really small. And I kind of chopped into several things at once here, so you can only see a little bit of the path that moves up. You can only see a little bit of the brick wall above her at the top, and a little bit of the text at the top. And I like kind of the way that the path is moving up slope, and she's on the far, the kind of the left third of the piece. And I kind of brought all the colors together to give it kind of a cool vibe. And I like that S in the corner. So yeah, this one was a lot of fun. Something really cool is one of my friends who's a photographer, I was asking her how I was doing, because I hit from nothing to what I'm doing now has been like a year, right? Maybe a year and a half. And I was like, hey, how am I doing? Because I'm trying to learn and push myself every single time I do a shoot. And she goes, Josh, you're better than like almost all of my classmates. And I was like, whoa, because these guys are photo photography majors, so they're doing photography all the time, and they're thinking about photography all the time, and they're just like you. She's just like you. You got it, man. So let me tell you a secret, because I'm sure you guys care. So Apple went and improved the algorithms that the iPhone works off of. And I really shouldn't be saying this, but I'm going to say this because I want you guys to improve, because I love you guys. A lot of this is done with my iPhone. Someone said that Apple got these major programmers, and now the iPhone is the equivalent to like a $1,500 camera. But what's important is with an iPhone, you can get up there and you're just like click, click, click. Ooh, what's this? Click. Ooh, move over here. Click. Ooh, I'm gonna get on the floor. Click. Ooh, I'm gonna get up here. Click. And when you're using an actual camera, it's like, fix your lens. Is this what you want? And hold it. And then you do what's called chimping, where you like, okay, and then you like look and see if you like that, and then you do another one and set up, and you're holding your camera. But a small little phone, you're just like, how you doing? Okay, cool. And so a lot of people might take 100 or 200 on a photo shoot, and I do the same thing, but whereas their photo shoot might be 2.5 hours, mine can be 45 minutes. And because mine is 45 minutes, I can do 4 in 4 hours. And I've done that before. I did 4 photo shoots in 4 hours, and it was so wonderful. And the thing is, there's so much emotion pouring. There was a bartender I worked with, and she was, I'm trying to figure out how to say this professionally. She was as attractive as a woman could possibly be. She was just like, whew. I told God, I was like, oh, if I could do a photo shoot with her, I'd be so happy. And then I got to do a photo shoot with her, and I was so happy. She was so pretty, I had to look away to think about what I was gonna photograph next. And then I would look back and I'd be like, okay, we're gonna do this, click, 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 click. And then I would look away and I'd be like, whoa, okay, I'm gonna do this. But so since I got so much done, I got better faster. And I'm also good with critique. You should always be good with critique, even if it makes you cry. And there's been a few times that I almost cried. I was like, but you learn a lot, especially if you can have people tell you you're horrible, because you don't have to let that into your heart. Like people like, oh, that's horrible, or you suck, or you're bad. And the secret is, when people say things that hurt you, you just pause. You don't answer, just kind of hold your breath for a moment. Okay, yeah, okay, that's something to consider. And then you consider it. Don't listen to people just because they open their mouth and speak words. You stop, you listen, you think, and you move on. Because as somebody who has accomplished a lot more than a lot of people that told me what to do, you'd be surprised how far you can go. Oh, this is really good too. This is really, really good advice. So let's say you wanted to learn something like art or photography or music. There's going to be this really long time where you're like bad and you know nothing. You'll be like, I wrote a song today, and it's like, and you're like, and it's awful. So a lot of the stuff I did in the beginning was awful. My first drawing, so bad, the nude model went home crying because apparently I made her look pregnant. And then she was so bad she lost 40 pounds and became a bikini model. So after that, you're gonna get kind of frustratingly okay. You're gonna be like, wow, no matter how hard I look, it's kind of okay. And then you're gonna show it to someone, and don't just show it to your friends who like are your friends. Show it to some people who do what you want to do. So show it to a photography major or a teacher. And don't forget, if you're in high school, you can take college classes for free. For free. You can take like 2 or 4 a semester for free. So if you want to learn art or photography, you can go and take these $1,000 classes or these $300 classes for free. And then all of a sudden people will say things like, this is really good. And you're going to be like, what? What? Say that again? Like, no, this is really good. And you'll be like, one more time. I'm like, Josh, it's good. And then you'll look at them and say, why? I don't understand. And they'll explain it. And you'll be like, I still don't understand. Explain it different. And they'll explain it again. And you realize it's just all about making content that matters. And it might matter to you. It might matter to them. It might matter to nobody. But you just do it again and again and again and again and again. And then after that, all of a sudden you start learning these. You become flavorful and you don't know why. But basically, in the beginning, you're like juggling. How do I shoot with a camera? And then you're gonna juggle with how to have good weight on a picture. And then you're gonna add like another ball and you're juggling. And it's gonna be like how to work with what's called the rule of thirds, and then you're just gonna be like, black and white versus not black and white. Blur a certain section versus not blurring a section. Field of view. Maybe you want a different perspective. Maybe you want. I tend to do 11 by 17. Some people do, little square. And then you might get a couple cool models to work with that allow you to get interesting expressions. And then all of a sudden you like. A little bit of you enters. There's something you like to do, and people start to pick up on that. And then all of a sudden, you're interesting. And then you start doing work, and you get pride. You're like, the first time I finished like a couple paintings, I was like, what is this feeling? And everyone's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I think I have pride. And I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, I have this pride in my work. This is wonderful. Like, I've never had this in such a way. And they're like, well, you should be proud of your work, Josh. You try really hard. Like, you work really hard. And I was like, thank you. That means a lot. So yeah.